Hi, Trina Wright here with video 16 of the 365 days of realization. I am outside walking. It's just before 9 in the morning, I think. And as I was walking, I got this. I don't know if you can see it, but on my hat and this around, it's like tiny little pieces of hail. And I just had to go on video because I thought, how funny. I started out with raindrops of remembering, and then I moved into snowflakes because they'd be bigger, and now I'm getting little tiny pieces of ice to hit me on the head and really sink that remembering in. That so many things to remember, that this is not real, it's just an illusion, that the character and play and all of this stuff that I sometimes get so wrapped up into is also an illusion. And it's so funny because I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, and I had some ideas, but then I just have gotten taken by life. So this morning I woke up, I had a bit of a difficult meditation because of things with my body. And I was feeling some, I don't know, just like this feeling of like, so I think I'm kind of here. I mean, I've been listening to Adyashanti and Bentinho Massaro say, it's already and always there. And I feel like I'm in awareness, and I feel like I'm so realized in so many points. And then how do I even talk about what may be arriving with that from this perspective of already and always and all perfection, and the recognition that it's just my mind. And so I let my mind get me a little bit this morning and have some thoughts to say about how things should be different and how they should be going. And I ended up seeing a Muji quote that I maybe will share in the comments that just took me back to the bottom of it all, to the knowing, to the clarity that, you know what, it is just all perfect all the time. And every manifestation is perfect, and sometimes we need to dig in and know, and sometimes we don't. But don't take the mind's word for it, because the mind wants us to go figure out how to do more, how to not be content with just being, and not believing that I'm already and always standing in awareness. The mind wants you to think, no, it's got to be harder than that. There's got to be more to it than that. And the whole worthiness, it kicks that up too. Like, who do you think you are? Like, you could already and always be there. And yet the point is, I am already and always there. So are you. It's just a matter of remembering that, realizing that. One realization after another, one remembering after another. That's part of why I'm doing these videos, so that I can, with myself, attune to the clarity that it is one realization after another. If we're paying attention, if we're living a conscious and awake life, then it can't be any other way, because it doesn't have to be incremental. But so many of us, including me for the most part, enjoy the dance of remembering, the dance of just that feeling of like, oh, I get it. Oh yeah. And I know that every one of those constructs are of the mind. They are of the evolution of my mind, as Bentinho Massaro quoted yesterday in his new video, Deconstructing Reality. But I also know that that's really, really important to be in that place of creating our own reality. Good morning. So, I love to meet other fellow travelers on the path while I'm walking. So, interesting to know that every construct is still not quite it, because it's this thing we're looking to experience, which defies explanation and defies the mind. And it's so interesting. I've had this recognition and noticing that that is the current shift that our spiritual collective is going through, and maybe mirrored in the larger collective. I'm not really sure. But this idea that experience is really the name of the game. That's really where it's at, because it doesn't matter what I tell you. It doesn't matter what any epic teacher tells you. The truth can only be found within you, within your heart, within your stored memories, because when we came, we brought with us the truth of who we are. It never left us. It's always been there. It just got covered over by delusion, by the veils of forgetting, by our own stepping more and more into the forgetting. But it's just right there. It's just right there. And so with every experience, we get closer. And I know that that's sort of easy to see and easy to understand with meditation. You know, we meditate so that we can experience the pure essence of our beingness, oneness, the infinite, the joy, the infinite bliss, all that stuff. And I see meditation as such an epic tool in that I really love the idea of developing our inner landscape, of seeing meditation as a tool where I shift the focus of my experience from being an outward, out there kind of experience to being an in here. And I don't mean in my body, I mean in my field, where all of this becomes irrelevant and doesn't even exist. And man, if kids were taught how to do this and teenagers were taught, if we all had been taught how to do this at a younger age, by the time you were the age I am, wow, I mean, we would just reference that. We would never take our cues from anything outside of us. We would always know from the inside out what was relevant. And so I think meditation is a powerful tool for that. But I also think that playing in the illusion from a realization perspective, like from the notion that like I was talking about yesterday, I need to be careful because they're playing disc golf and I don't want to get hit in the head. So I'm going to go walk a different way. I just noticed them. I got a little nudge to look over there. So anyway, what I was saying is I think there's other tools that we can use in this little game. And that's how the illusion serves us. Because in essence, when we pay attention, yet like I was saying yesterday at the mud, we see those little things that pop in a moment of realization. But not only that, we get to practice. So we get to establish things in meditation and outside of meditation as we inquire and seek truth and come to recognize it more and more. Yes, building on some of those constructs, evolving the mind to a greater state so that the mind can then be more conscious in how it's engaging with the illusion. And then from all of those things, we just keep popping and popping and popping more and more realizations, which all end up taking us to more and more knowing, clarity, certainty, conviction of who we really are. So I'm going to go continue. It's chilly because they are calling for quite a bit of snow here in Northern California. My hands are cold. I want to put my gloves back on. So I'm going to go keep walking and letting more little flakes of ice remind me, the feeling of the coldness on my body, remind me of what an illusion it is. It's so darn exciting because it's so darn believable and yet so unreal all at the same time. And I'm really stepping into this place of like, what is it like to just not take anything seriously, to not have anything matter because it's not real. And it's an interesting one to be in it and not of it. It's very interesting. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. If you have any, how you're going with this journey, whether you want to be on this journey. It's such a hard, interesting thing to talk about. And let's try not to do the thing of, yeah, that's just your mind, because all of our minds are going to have something to say about it. But so what? We also have this other part of our mind that has epic things to say about it. Some of those concepts are helpful because they help us to get over our attachment and our momentum and our time spent in the delusion. I mean, it's worked its way over us. So not only do I think it's imperative to shift it, I think they're fun. It's fun. Every time we come to a different understanding, it's fun. It's part of the game. It's part of why we're here. So I invite you to keep going with that. Have a fabulous, great day. Bye.